When was the last time you lost your cool with your kids? Parenting is a journey filled with ups and downs, and it's only natural for parents to make mistakes along the way. The day-to-day reality of raising young children tends to be a bit more stressful than the idyllic scenes that come to mind when you envision children happily playing together or calmly reading with their parents. One common mistake that parents may find themselves making in stressful moments is raising their voices in frustration. It can catch you off guard. You may be someone who never yells, and yet that tiny tot can somehow bring out the hidden yeller in you. In this episode, we'll focus on what to do after you make a mistake with your child. What sets great parents apart is their ability to recognize and take responsibility for their mistakes. Keep watching to explore the importance of apologizing to your kids after making a mistake, how it helps to maintain a strong parent-child connection, and how it aligns with Albert Bandura's social learning theory. First up, acknowledging imperfection. Let's acknowledge again that it's okay to make mistakes. Nobody is perfect, including parents. We may have moments of frustration or stress or exhaustion that can lead to raised voices or harsh words. We all have moments where we say or do things that we regret. These moments do not define us as parents. They don't mean you're a terrible parent. By acknowledging our imperfections, we can approach our mistakes with compassion and understanding. By accepting this reality, we can create a more forgiving and understanding environment for ourselves and our children. I wouldn't want my children to feel like they must be perfect all the time. Imagine how stressful that would be for them. Let's own the fact that we aren't perfect and instead work on minimizing the number of mistakes that we make by planning ahead, using problem-solving skills, and keeping up with our self-care to increase our patience. When mistakes do happen, apologizing to our children demonstrates humility and teaches them that it's okay that we make mistakes as long as we take responsibility for them. So let's talk about how you start to make amends. Apologies offer a chance to start making amends. When we apologize to our children, we show them that we genuinely care about their feelings and our relationship with them. There's a lot of emphasis placed on the words "I'm sorry" in an apology, but I suggest using a different strategy called acknowledge and amend. In our family, your apology may or may not include the words "I'm sorry." Instead, the key elements are, first, acknowledge what happened and your role in the incident. For example, I should not have raised my voice when I saw the mess that you made, or I should not have touched you that roughly. It can make you feel terrible putting words to these actions, but the fact is that they happened, and not talking about them can't take that away. But talking about them can help to minimize the consequences of the mistake. Number 2, begin to make amends. Your child is unlikely to feel instantly better after you check in with them, but there are things that you can offer to start down the road to recovering from the incident. For example, you might offer to help clean up a mess, offer a hug if they would like that, or offer to spend some quality time together reading a book or playing a game when they feel ready. Sometimes kids need a little space before they warm up again to a parent who has made a mistake. Apologizing using my acknowledge and amends technique involves accepting responsibility for our actions, acknowledging the harm that we caused, and our commitment to making amends. Doing so opens the door for healing and restoration in our parent-child relationship. Next, we'll touch on some psychology theories supporting the value of apologizing to our kids. But first, I wanted to let you know that if you have questions about this video or want to take a deeper dive into this topic, you can always leave a comment below, or you can join me live for my weekly YouTube live Q&A show called Ask Dr. Lindsay on Tuesdays at 10 a.m. I hope to see you there. Now, let's talk about modeling behavior for apologizing. Apologizing to our kids provides an opportunity to model the behavior of apologizing. Many of our parental teaching moments involve telling our children information, but according to Albert Bandura's social learning theory, children also learn through observation and imitation. Children are constantly observing and learning from their surroundings. As parents, we have a unique opportunity to shape their understanding of empathy, accountability, and forgiveness. When our kids witness us apologizing for our mistakes, they learn that it's okay to admit when they're wrong and to seek forgiveness. They understand that apologies are not a sign of weakness, but rather a sign of strength and maturity. And by demonstrating the act of apologizing, we teach our children the importance of taking responsibility for their actions and the value of making amends. You're not overtly saying, "Hey, I'm apologizing to you because that's what we do when we make mistakes." Instead, you're living proof of how people should act after they make a mistake. This indirect form of teaching can be just as powerful, if not more, than direct instruction. Next, let's talk about strengthening the parent-child connection. Apologizing to our kids helps to foster trust, respect, and open communication. When children see that their parents are willing to admit their mistakes and make things right, it creates a safe space for them to express their own emotions and to learn from their errors. It also keeps lines of communication open. This may translate into young children telling you about the ants that are gathering in the car because they left an open candy wrapper inside. And it may translate into them telling you about more significant mistakes that they make when they're older. It's far better to hear about these issues from them early on before they become a real problem. Apologies become a bridge that strengthens the bond between parent and child. And maintaining a strong parent-child connection is crucial for a healthy, nurturing family environment. Of course, the ideal situation would be that you never lose your cool with your child, but given that you're human, simply do your best to be calm and kind as much of the time as possible and focus on apologizing when you have occasional slip-ups. Apologizing to our kids helps rebuild trust and resilience within our parent-child relationship. It can turn an ugly situation into a learning and building moment. When we take responsibility for our actions, we show our kids that we value their feelings and opinions. This validation creates a sense of security and trust, allowing our children to feel comfortable sharing their thoughts and emotions with us. It also teaches them the importance of forgiveness and the ability to bounce back from a difficult situation. Next, click on the video on screen to learn how you can use my Acknowledge and Amends technique to help your child strengthen their friendship and sibling bonds. Keep up the good work on your amazing parenting journey.